So I got up around 10 a.m. to start my day, and I just decided to stay in my room for a little bit, watch some TV, and then from there I made my way up to the Marketplace buffet for some lunch. They had all kinds of great food on the different stations, but the buffet was kind of crowded, so I actually decided to just get some more kind of fast food type items, and I got a burger and pizza and fries along with a beer. And then I felt bad for making bad food choices, so I decided to take a couple of laps around the ship on the walking track to burn some calories and, earn the bad food that I had just eaten. I usually try to do at least 1 or 2 laps every day when I'm sailing, but I hadn't actually gone out there yet this cruise, so I did that and then made my way over to the Serenity Pool.
Alright y'all, so I am here in the Serenity Pool area. As you can see, I'm recording my good morning greeting for you all up here because I forgot before I left the room. But anyway, it's actually quite late, like 3 p.m. So I've been in my room just kind of chilling. On a longer sailing like this especially, sometimes you need just some hours to just kind of chill and not do anything. Cruising can be very relaxing, but it can also be very exhausting. So we do what we can to make sure we're staying healthy and enjoying ourselves as best as we can. But there's still lots of day left. I'm in Aruba tomorrow. I do have an excursion. I haven't gotten the ticket yet, so I don't know what time I have to be there, but I'm assuming early, so I can't go too crazy this evening. But there's like theater shows and different things that I may do, and maybe I'll spend more time like in the interior of the ship today, since I've been doing a lot of pool deck stuff since I found, bartenders and stuff at the Atmosphere bar, which is rare for me. I don't normally like the pool deck bars as much, but it's often not, the bar itself, it's the people that are there. So anyway, more to come. We'll talk soon.
As you can see, I wasn't really dressed for swimming in the pool, but then again, I'm more of a lounger anyway. But at this point, I felt like I really hadn't done much since I had decided to be lazy in the morning. And so naturally, I made my way out to the pool bar to grab a drink and shoot the breeze with my bartender friends there. I had drank a lot the night before, but luckily I wasn't hungover, although it does help if I start with a Bloody Mary. And my main bartender, Gabriel from Brazil, made me a really good one, and that of course led into other cocktails while I was sitting there. And then since it was a sea day, I decided to go check out the pool fun and games, and people were out there living their best life. And then within a few minutes, the entertainment people came out and they started hosting pool games. They played this game where they had 2 teams and they all had to hold hands, and then they passed a hula hoop down the line and they had to go like over their head and through their legs and whatever. And I think the game was whoever got it to the end and back first won, and it definitely looked like a pretty difficult game. Some people were more coordinated than others, but it was certainly fun to watch. At one point I did decide to put my feet in, and I kind of just sat on the edge of the pool and cooled off a little bit, and then I noticed that they had the soft serve ice cream open. MSC Meraviglia has a great soft serve bar out at the pool. It's not open all the time, but when it is, there's all kinds of sprinkles and toppings and everything included. If you want Italian gelato, that's an upcharge, but the soft serve is completely included in your cruise fare. And so yeah, I definitely recommend keeping an eye out for that. So I finished up my ice cream, and then I decided to go down into the inside of the ship and over to the pub. I had spent a couple of hours up there having fun in the sun, but at this point I was looking for a nice air-conditioned room to hang out in. And even better than that, obviously there's draft beer there, so it's win-win. But after a while, the bar stools aren't all that comfortable, so I made my way up to the Sky Lounge, which has fluffy and much more casual lounge seating. I was also hoping I would find a snack up there because they have these food cases that sometimes have food in them, and those are included with your cruise fare if you grab a drink. And to my delight, they had the veggie spring rolls, which I'm a huge fan of. It's the exact same ones that they have in the main dining room. That's what you see pictured here. But I literally could eat like a dozen of them if no one would stop me, which honestly I don't think anybody would. But anyway, from there it was time for me to go down to my room and get ready for dinner, and so I did that, and then I made my way down to the Infinity Bar in the lobby to grab a glass of Prosecco on my way to dinner.
All I
After dinner, I decided to go check out the Mirabilia lounge on the promenade because that's a place I hadn't really been to yet, and they often have live music there in the evenings. Unfortunately, the band had just finished their set, so there wasn't a whole lot going on in there, so I made my way back up to the Sky Lounge, listened to the band up there for a little bit, and then went back out to the pool deck to see what was happening at the pool bar. At this point, I needed a break from alcohol, so I just asked for a can of Coke and some ice, and chatted with the people there, some of whom I hadn't actually talked to yet. But my bar visit was short-lived because I wanted to go back down to the promenade and check out the shops and stuff. Pretty much every day in Plaza Meraviglia, they have sales going on. As many of you know, I'm not much of a shopper, but if there's a good deal, I will occasionally buy stuff. And of course, pretty much everything you buy on a cruise ship is tax and duty-free, which is a huge plus. And right across from that, one deck up, is the pub, which had been calling my name the entire time I was down there, so I made my way back up there. As per usual, it was a whole vibe up there, and I was excited to see a live guitar player there who was of course singing all the best sing-along songs.
That's the best you can do? Let's do it again.
When I had been at the pool bar just before my below deck adventures, I had met a lady whose name I can't remember, but we really hit it off while we were sitting there chatting, so I promised her I would meet her at the Horizon bar for late night shenanigans. She was there with her brother and her dad, and at this point they were cramping her style, so she was looking forward to hanging out with me. I don't know why I can't remember her name, but here's a picture of us together. My pool bar friend, if you're watching, comment down below and shout at me for forgetting your name. But anyway, we had several rounds of drinks together and I was getting pretty turned at this point, but soon she was ready for bed, and so was I, so I said goodnight to her and everyone else and then made my way back across the pool deck.
Hi friends, so it's very windy. Very windy. We'll talk soon.
As you can see, I was definitely done at this point, but as I was walking by, I noticed that the bartenders were still closing down the main pool bar, and so I said goodnight to them on my way back down to my room. But yeah, another good day in the books. I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and you all have a good night.